Hello mate, it is Christmas Eve 2015. So yeah, Christmas Eve. Wow. I didn't actually expect it to be Christmas Eve because all of this morning I was working and it did it out of me. You do not understand how busy shops are on Christmas Eve. Oh my god, I'm so glad about it there. But yeah, it was so busy. So many customers didn't listen, just bad customers really. But when I got home I realised it's Christmas Eve. It took me until I got home to realise it was Christmas Eve, and I'm thinking, wow, you've only got 3 hours, 2 hours, 2.5 hours until it's officially Christmas Day. Wow. The secret project that me and you are working on, you know what it is. You kind of revealed it in one of your previous vlogs, which I tried. I should have told you not to reveal it, but you didn't say exactly what we're doing. You said kind of what we're doing. So I'm going to say about the secret project. I have been working most of this week, so I haven't had the time to think about what to do for the secret project, like what it's entirely going to be. I know what it's going to be, but I don't know what entirely it's going to be. I'm going to work on that throughout this week, and we're going to release the secret project video next week to all the rest of you out there. So me and Matt's last vlog is both going to be on a Thursday of the vlogging year. Next year we're going to continue, obviously, but yeah, last vlog this year will be next week. And yeah, it also leads me on to the point. This is my last movie review of 2015. Time to reminisce a little bit. Yeah, I always love doing this at the end of everything. So yeah, I've reviewed. Oh wait, one less second. Let me do the maths. I have reviewed 58 movies over the last. I think 58 movies over the last. Actually, now 59 movies. I forgot about Johnny English Reborn. No, Johnny English 1. So I've reviewed 59 movies over the last year. Admittedly, I have made a few mistakes on some of the ratings, and I didn't fill in. I think every single movie I reviewed, I missed out something major in the plot. Like I rewatched my uh, Empire Strikes Back review from a few weeks ago. I didn't mention Boba Fett at all. I rewatched the Phantom Menace review. I didn't even mention Darth Maul at all. He's the main villain of the movie. I didn't even mention him. And I gave Citizen Kane an 8 out of 10. Is it an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10? I think I gave it an 8 out of 10. Admittedly, I have been a bit lenient on the ratings. I would amend them if I had time, but I can't be bothered. I'd say for any movie that I was nostalgic for, take off one rating. If I didn't say I still love it. If I agree, I didn't see ages ago, improve it by one rating. Okay, if you get what I mean, which I don't think you do, but if you do, just yeah, that's the new rating for the movie. So yeah, oh my god, 59 reviews, and yeah, that means we're going to review 2 movies tonight. So to take up to 59, because right now we're at 57. So yeah, the 2 movies that I'm going to review are 2 Christmas movies. One is they're both really for our age group, like people obviously. One movie was released 8 years before we were born, and one movie though I'm pretty sure you probably saw as well. So one of the movies is Home Alone, the other movie is Elf. So yeah, I'm going to review both of them tonight because it's Christmas tomorrow, and why was I review Christmas themed movies? So we'll start off with Elf. Let's start off with Elf. Why not? It's the movie I saw first anyway, properly. So yeah, it is one of my favourite. It is my favourite Christmas movie, and it is. Well, it's one of the movies I hold like most nostalgic to, because it's one of the earliest movies I remember seeing in the cinema way back in 2003. I remember seeing it in the cinema. So yeah, the story is Will Ferrell plays an elf who was born a human, but he's taken by Santa Claus to the North Pole, and then when he grows up into an old man, Will Ferrell, or a man, he feels right out of place with the elves. He goes back home to find his real father. So yeah, it's one of those classic stories. I think actually, as a cliche in Christmas movies, there's always a kid kidnapped by Santa Claus. It's just hit me right now. There's always a kid kidnapped by Santa Claus. Um, hmm. Yeah, Santa Claus has become Jimmy Savile. To be fair though, he probably is already Jimmy Savile. Joke, shots fired. Bang, 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 bang. I apologise. Seriously, I apologise for that joke. It was not funny. Let's carry on with the review. So unfortunately it has been a couple of years since I've seen Elf, but I do still remember it because I did see it a lot when I was like much younger. The thing that stuck out to me the most was Will Ferrell as the elf himself, the title character elf. He's just so funny, so likeable, and like he could carry the movie by himself. Like, to be completely fair, the rest of the cast is a little bit weak, but he's stronger to carry it through. He is the best part of the movie. And yet, also at the end when they find out like they need to save Christmas and he's the only one who could help Santa Claus do it, it is really good. Like, the climax of this movie is like one of the best, I think. The other cast members are alright. I can't name any of them, but there's his father is in a rich business company. He doesn't want anyone to know that his son is an elf and doesn't know anything about like the real humans of New York. I think it's New York. Everywhere is New York. And his boss is the stereotypical bad boy in Christmas, not going to get any presents. And that's one of the running gags of the movie. That's one of the funniest scenes of movie history. He's an angry elf. Yeah, he's a tiny geezer, and he's like, yeah, that's it. I not seen him in a couple of years. Still remember that like I saw it first time. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there was a love story in it. But yeah, it's sort of underplayed, to be honest. Like, everything not Christmas related is underplayed. Everything that is Christmas related is played just right, and that is why I personally think it is one of the best Christmas movies of all time, because it represents Christmas so well. So much Christmas related stuff. It shows you what both there's two sides of Christmas movies you love, just the classic North Pole and then the city that doesn't celebrate it that much. Well, they do celebrate it, but there's a few people who don't celebrate it that much. He's the person that wants to celebrate it, if you get what I mean. So yeah, it is a really good like concept for a story, and it really does pay off. The characters aren't necessarily strong, but like a lot of other movies I've mentioned, it's based off moments. The Nutcracker is not. No, it's not Nutcracker. Wait. Let me research what song it is. The scene with the Nut Rocker, that's what it is. I knew I was missing that song. Yeah. The scene with that music playing is genius when he's organised a shop for the fake Santa. Yeah, it's one of the cliches, but it is a funny scene. Yeah, characters are strong, but yeah, again, based off moments, it is a brilliant movie. I'll have a bit of nostalgia for it. Like, story isn't the strongest, but it represents Christmas so well. I've got to say, probably a good 8 out of 10. It is a good movie. Like, great to watch around Christmas time. And now moving on to the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time. That is actually 100% Christmas related. You could technically argue Die Hard is a bit. It has got a high. Yeah, it did gross more, but it's just set at Christmas. Home Alone actually has a story that has Christmas in a part of it. Okay, now got that out of the way, let's review Home Alone. So, it revolves around a massive family, like actually a massive family, going on holiday, but they accidentally leave their son Kevin, played by Macaulay Culkin, at home, and they pretty much on a heritage journey to try and get back to Chicago to find him, to find that he's safe, and yeah, they didn't know they forgot him until they actually got to their destination. So they were in a rush, and yeah, it's a bit of a nitpick, like how could they possibly forget? I mean, they throw in an excuse like there is a kid there who they count accidentally, but to be fair, like, yeah, even though he wasn't treated that well, you'd still think they'd notice him. But that's more of a nitpick than an actual problem with the story, and it does allow the story to continue. But no one remembers that part of the story. They only remember the two burglars, one of them played by Joe Pesci, trying to burgle the house that Kevin's in. Because they know it's got a lot of riches inside it, because Kevin's dad is a... They don't actually say what business he's in, but they know he's rich because he pays for both his brother's family and his own family to go like on a holiday at Christmas. Like, yeah, he's loaded. So they know it's a good place to burgle. And Kevin's just out there to stop them. So I'm going to speed up a little bit. So yeah, the characters. Macaulay Culkin as Kevin, yeah, it gets a little bit irritating at times. And he has the so obvious story arc. Like, he doesn't respect his family, but at the end of it he does. It is a, yeah. But he can hold a movie by himself. He's not Jake Lloyd annoying. That's just saying something. He's not Jake Lloyd annoying. He's not Kitchen Try and Chocolate Factory annoying. Yeah, he's a good lead. I don't care about what happened to him afterwards. In this movie, this is his defining role, and yeah, he's good in it, but not amazing. And then the burglars. I can't remember the other one was played by, but they both had great chemistry. Harry and Marv. Harry, played by Joe Pesci, I think. They both give very comedic performances, and they can really pass themselves off as it hurts, but it doesn't hurt that much, so it's not funny. Like, the funniest part of the movie and the most memorable part of the movie is the booby traps, which, watching Skyfall again, I actually think Skyfall stole a lot of its imagery from Home Alone. Like, is it just me, or does Skyfall and Home Alone have the exact same climax? But yeah, that's the thing most people remember about the movie, and it is a really good, funny scene. Very implausible in real life, but yeah, it's funny. It gets a big laugh, and yeah, you can actually kind of understand them being so useless because they're just run-of-the-mill burglars. They're nothing special, but yeah. But then the other characters actually are pretty decent. I think most of the family is kind of boring. Buzz is the only memorable one apart from the mother, and he's sort of just there, really. Like, they tried to get a bit of a character, but he didn't really develop that much. I think the rest of the family is the same. They try and develop them, but there's just too many of them to fit in. But then you had the mother, who is I want to know who actually played the mother, because she's actually, like, the most underrated actor in the movie. Like, it's so implausible. How could you leave your child at home and still be considered a good mother? But now she passes that perfectly, and I think she's the best character in the movie, personally. Just because of the lengths she go just to get her son back. And yeah, it's one of the heartwarming parts about Christmas, being home for it. So yeah, that is the best character in the movie. And there are other characters as well, like Old Man Marley, who Kevin is afraid of for the most of the movie, but then he shows him the way of family towards the end of it. And yeah, he's a good character as well, but is it just me, or does it seem a little bit weird how he seems threatening throughout most of the movie, but as soon as Kevin needed him, he just didn't turn threatening at all? Yeah, it's a bit weird. But overall, I think the theme of Christmas is really strong, because, like, it wouldn't be as effective as a summer holiday. It's a Christmas holiday. Christmas is a time for bringing everyone together. It does work in that respect. So, but yeah, characters aren't that strong. Booby traps, they're amazing. Score by John Williams. Not his personal best, but it's still John Williams. Literally, how could you go wrong with it? But yeah, overall, the major complaint most people have is the implausibility of it. And I would admit, it does get a bit implausible at times, but it's a Christmas movie. What can you expect? I'd say it's not as good as Elf, but I'd say it's sort of close. I'd say 7 out of 10. Okay, I don't know how long this vlog's been going on, so I'm going to stop it now. And I've got my vlog Christmas Day tomorrow, so I'll see you then in my last vlog.